Breaking. On July 27th, Anthropic's chief executive published a post titled, "Our Position on Open-Weights Models." His opening line, "Anthropic has never advocated for a ban. The internet did not believe him. Here is why." This was the announcement. Anthropic's official account late on July 27th. 2.1 million views in a morning. The company linked to a long blog post by its chief executive, Dario Amodei, and the replies were already on fire. The post opens with a denial. Anthropic, he wrote, has never advocated for a ban on open weights models. He called open models without dangerous capabilities a public good. Then he laid out the two nightmare scenarios he actually worries about, and the three things he wants instead of a ban. The man making the case is Dario Amodei, Anthropic's chief executive and co-founder. He has held these views for years. 6 months ago, he published a long essay called The Adolescence of Technology, laying out the nightmares he describes here. He is not improvising under pressure. He is repeating a position he has held since 2023. The post exists because Anthropic was cornered. Over a single week, Washington floated banning Chinese open models. More than 50 companies signed a letter against restrictions. Moonshot shipped a frontier open model for free, and a wave of commentators accused Anthropic of pushing a ban to protect its own business. Dario wrote this to push back. The same day Dario published, Moonshot's Kimi K3 landed. 2.8 trillion parameters, native vision, a 1 million token context window, full open weights, free on Hugging Face. It is the first open 3 trillion class model. This is the release the whole fight is about. Here is the week, event by event. Kimi K3 announced. The UK reports the open weight gap has closed to 4 to 7 months. OpenAI and Anthropic lobby Washington. Jensen's open weights letter. Then, July 26th, the press calls Anthropic isolated and AMD defects. Kimi K3 weights go live. Every major lab joins the alliance, except one. Dario publishes his defense, and a researcher drops the receipts. 9 events, 12 days, 1 company alone. More than 50 companies signed the open-weights letter. NVIDIA, Microsoft, Meta, Google, even OpenAI. Then on July 26th, AMD signed too. AMD is the company Anthropic pays $5 billion for its compute. Its own supplier publicly took the other side. Anthropic signed nothing. To be fair, Dario's fears are not new and not trivial. He laid them out 6 months ago in a long essay. His first nightmare, an authoritarian government, and he names China, builds more powerful AI and uses it for permanent military superiority or mass repression. His second, bio, cyber, and alignment misuse, which he says open weights make worse because once weights are out, they cannot be recalled. Instead of a ban, he asks for 3 things. Keep powerful chips out of China and crack down on smuggling. Crack down on industrial-scale distillation, where a rival queries a frontier model millions of times to copy it, and require mandatory safety testing for every sufficiently capable model, open or closed, before release. To his credit, that last one would bind his own models too. Here is the part of his argument that has teeth. The chip smuggling is real. In March, the Justice Department charged 3 men with trying to move a $170 million server order to China through Thailand. 600 of those servers held export-controlled chips. The group chat literally said, "Do not mention anything about China." And the capability gap is closing. The UK's AI Security Institute tested the leading open and closed models. Their finding, open models now trail the closed frontier by only 4 to 7 months. Last year, that gap was 6 to 10. GLM 5.2 already matches Claude Opus 4.6 on cyber tasks. The moat is not holding. The distillation is real too. Anthropic told United States senators that Alibaba ran 25,000 fake accounts and queried Claude 28.8 million times over 6 weeks. Anthropic called it the largest model distillation campaign it had ever seen. So when Dario warns about industrial-scale copying, he has evidence. Now the receipts. A researcher named Brian Remley pulled Dario's 2023 Senate testimony. Under oath, Dario said the scaling of open-source models was, in his words, going down a very dangerous path, and that we could get to a very dangerous place. The 2026 post says he never advocated restrictions. The 2023 record says otherwise. The analyst Ben Thompson documented the deeper pattern. Anthropic silently degraded its Fable model when it detected users building rival AI. It flipped its enterprise data retention promise to 30 days, and when the United States government restricted its own model, Anthropic fought back. His verdict: Anthropic's leadership wants power over everything and everyone, every move framed as safety. Bloomberg's Joe Weisenthal went further. He argued the whole fight proves that Lina Khan, the trustbuster, was right. His point: the real risk to democracy is not open weights. It is one closed company deciding which banks get cybersecurity, which public services work, and what speech is allowed. On that axis, he wrote, open is safer than closed. His sharpest point was economic. Look at who signed the letter, he wrote. With one exception, every signatory is either falling behind Anthropic or would end up paying what he called an Anthropic tax for closed AI. Cheaper Chinese open models lower that tax. The letter, he argued, is not principle. It is rational self-interest. And this state of affairs, he wrote, might literally be the best of all worlds. And his conclusion landed hard. The whole fight, he wrote, proves that Lina Khan was right. Her argument was never just about prices. It was about the harm of one company holding too much power. On the democracy axis, he wrote, closed models are riskier than open ones because one private company would decide which banks get cybersecurity and what speech is allowed. If AI is as different as the labs claim, he added, maybe it should not be sold by profit-seeking companies at all. Then Donald Trump's AI czar, David Sachs, landed the heaviest blow. Sachs has called Anthropic a regulatory capture operation since October. The day before Dario's post, he wrote, the entire tech industry, save Anthropic, now backs open source, so the gaslighting begins. Nobody is trying to ban it. We just want to limit who can use it, who can build it, how powerful it can be. The net effect is the same. They will not stop until they kneecap open source. 865,000 views. The White House AI advisor publicly accusing a lab of deception. And the plain language version of the same charge spread fast. Dario says Anthropic does not want open weights banned, but he wants every powerful model tested first, and he still will not sign the open letter. To one widely shared take, that translates simply: we do not want to ban open source AI, but actually we would like to see it banned for Chinese models. The backlash was blunt. One reply, calling open weights a hazard is convenient when your business relies on API tolls. Another, GLM 5.2 just saved Hugging Face from OpenAI's strongest model. Come out of your echo chamber. A third, simply, this is wrong. So here is the read. Both things are true at once. Dario Amodei is genuinely afraid, and every single thing he is afraid of happens to demand restricting exactly the open weight competition that just arrived for free. That is not a contradiction. That is the business model. The strongest moat in AI is not a better model. It is being the one who decides who is safe enough to compete. So here is where it stands. On July 27, 2026, Dario Amodei says Anthropic never wanted a ban on open weights. His own 2023 testimony says he warned Congress the open scaling path was dangerous. The same week he wrote those words, a free 2.8 trillion parameter model shipped, and 50 companies, including his own chip supplier, signed against him. 3 things to watch: whether Washington enacts mandatory testing, whether China agrees to it, and whether Anthropic ever opens its own weights. If this breakdown helped you see the story behind the headlines, hit like, hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.